everyone, and welcome to another episode of Life-Changing Parenting with Fee. I'm Fee, and I have worked in and researched early childhood and early childhood education for the past 22 years, and I'm mum to 2 children myself. I know how daunting and challenging the parenting journey can be, so I decided to start this channel so that I could share all my knowledge, tips, tricks and secrets with all of you, so that I can make your parenting journey as confident and knowledgeable as possible. So welcome everyone to our Thoughtful Tuesday episodes. This is the series that takes you on a learning experience where we check out all the potential things you're going to encounter on your parenting journey. And today is really exciting. We're going to be looking at time out strategies. Are they still appropriate, or are there other discipline techniques that we could be using? We really need to make sure that we're promoting our children's healthy emotional intelligence. So, does the time out do that? Let's find out. So I get asked all the time, how do I maintain such positive, excellent behaviour from all the children I work with and from my own 2 children as well? And there are 3 ways that I think that this can be done. So let's have a quick look at them now, and we'll dive into each one in more detail later on. The first way that I get high levels of excellent behaviour is by cultivating an environment where a child's emotional intelligence can develop. The second way to get children to demonstrate positive behaviour is to ensure that I and all the grown-ups in the room know the difference between punishment and discipline. And the third and final secret to maintaining excellent behaviour from little ones is to ensure that all the adults in the room know how to be responsive instead of reactive. So you'll note by now that all 3 ways to ensure your little one has great positive behaviour is actually down to you as the grown-up. You are accountable for your child's behaviour. It sounds scary, but it's the truth, and I promise you it's not so hard to do. It just requires a little bit of time and consistency. Now I want you to have a think about what's at the core of a person's behaviour. The answer is their emotional intelligence and their ability to self-regulate their emotions. I'm sure we've all experienced someone with an unhealthy emotional intelligence and/or someone that's had a struggle to control their emotions. I'm sure if you reflect on those encounters, they weren't positive experiences. So your role as a parent is to ensure that the core of your child's behaviour is full of healthy emotional intelligence and full with the ability to self-regulate their emotions. This is going to set your child up for success in the future. Now we've got this image in our minds of what the core of your child's behaviour needs to look like, full of healthy emotional intelligence and the ability to self-regulate their emotions. Let's examine the time out strategy and think about if this is going to be helping us to top up our children's behaviour core or deplete it. Let's imagine that you've just put your child on a timeout for hitting another child. You put them in their bedroom and tell them that you will come back in 3 minutes when they've calmed down and thought about what they've done wrong. Then you walk away and shut their bedroom door behind you. Let's think carefully about what you're actually showing your child when you put them on a timeout like this. Firstly, you're showing your child that relationships are conditional because you will only accept them when they behave in a certain way that pleases you as the adult. I've actually had a conversation with a therapist where she revealed that 99% of her clients' issues stem from the fact that they don't feel loved unconditionally. This totally blew my mind, and I thought, if we know the root cause for so many mental health issues, then we should be shouting it from the rooftops and ensuring that we educate everyone on how to love a child unconditionally. So, I always tell my own children that I love them no matter what. I say things such as, even though you made a poor choice today by screaming in the shop when I said you couldn't have the sweet, I still love you. I know you didn't try your hardest and your best at school today, but I still love you to the moon and back. And then I would follow up the comment by saying something such as, it's part of human nature to want to grow as a person, develop and learn every day. Do you think it would be a good idea to try using your words when you get frustrated instead of screaming out loud? Or, it's part of human nature to want to grow as a person, develop and learn every day. Do you think it would be a good idea to try listening better at school tomorrow? Then we'll discuss exactly how to make that target achievable. Secondly, timeouts are showing children that you're not available to them when they're feeling their most upset or angry. You have just created a physical boundary between you and them. When you put a child on a timeout, you're showing that child that you react to a situation instead of being responsive in a situation. They will learn that behaviour from you and go on to copy it themselves. Then, arguably, the worst thing that a timeout shows our children is that it teaches them self-suppression. By carrying out the act of a timeout, you're literally imploring a child to stop feeling their emotions and to stop thinking about the situation. Now I'd love for you to think back to that image of a child's core behaviour. That section for healthy emotional intelligence and the section for the ability to self-regulate emotions. Now in turn think about the act of the timeout and how it shows the conditional love, creating a physical barrier, showing reactions and encouraging self-suppression. All this is actually depleting your child of the core skills that they need for a successful future. So, how do we teach children what is acceptable behaviour, whilst also ensuring that they develop healthy emotional intelligence and learn how to self-regulate their emotions? Well, I gave you the answer at the start of the video. We cultivate an environment where emotional intelligence is taught and modelled by us. We ensure that as parents we discipline our children instead of punish them. And finally, we as parents make sure we don't react in a situation, but we remain calm and are responsive instead. And we can gift wrap all three of these things nicely together and name it a time in instead of a timeout. Let me walk you through a scenario now to show you how a time in works in reality. Let's imagine you're out for a coffee with friends and your little one. You've been in the coffee shop for a while now, and it's your friend's turn to grab a round of coffees. You notice that your child is all gooey-eyed as they lock eyes on the enormous biscuit that your kind friend has just purchased for your little one. You know that they obviously are going to want to eat the biscuit right away. However, you're also aware that it's lunchtime in 15 minutes and you really want your little one to eat all their lunch first. You know that this is not going to go well. Your little one is going to end up reacting in this situation. Perhaps they might start crying, perhaps they might start screaming or stamping their feet in frustration. Here's how you handle the situation in a manner that promotes healthy emotional intelligence and promotes how to self-regulate emotions. You get down to your child's eye level and purposefully choose a soft tone of voice, because children always respond as much, if not more, to your energy and your tone of voice as to the words you're actually speaking. So I would say, "Oh, it's so kind of Emma to get this biscuit for you. Let's say thank you, Emma. Thanks, Emma. Now, I'm going to put this biscuit safely away in my bag so that you can enjoy eating it after lunch. Lunchtime is very soon, and I know you will really like eating your sandwiches and pepper sticks." Then I'll put the biscuit away in my bag and help my child through their reaction. "Oh, you're showing me that you're feeling really upset right now, and that's fine. You're allowed to feel upset now. I would feel upset too if I really wanted a biscuit and I had to wait to eat it. This emotion of feeling upset will pass soon. Would you like a big cuddle to help you?" Then I'll give my little one a great big reassuring hug and we'll move on. Now, the more that you and your child complete successful time-ins by using your compassion to guide your child, you will get to a point where at the core of their behaviour is a full section for their healthy emotional intelligence and a full section for their self-emotional regulation. So as I said at the beginning of this video, there are 3 ways to encourage children to have great positive behaviour. Number 1 is to cultivate an environment where emotional intelligence can develop. Time-ins do this because they give your child permission to acknowledge and feel emotions whilst learning that emotions pass. They don't last forever. Number 2 is to know the difference between punishment and discipline. Timeouts are punishments because the child doesn't learn how to grow from the experience. They don't learn how to self-regulate emotions or how to develop their emotional intelligence. Instead, they have their emotions repressed. However, time-ins are a form of discipline as they allow your child to learn from the experiences as you guide them through situations and give them permission to express the emotions that they are feeling. The final way to maintain great behaviour from children is knowing how to be responsive instead of reactive. Putting a child on a timeout is a reaction to a situation. However, by guiding a child through a time-in, you're being a responsive parent, and ultimately, being a responsive parent is the key, the basis, the foundation for developing your child's healthy emotional intelligence and the ability to self-regulate their emotions. I hope that you've gained lots of value from today's episode, and I hope that it helps you on your parenting journey in some way. Do let me know in the comments below if you give the time-in strategy a try. I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you as always for watching. I'm wishing you and your gorgeous little ones a happy and healthy day. Go and enjoy it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.